Alia sometimes hides her feelings in Russian. Honestly, I still don't know why I started watching this. This anime has issues on so many levels. From the questionable creative decisions to the bizarre writing choices that had me thinking, who approved this? Sure, there are a few good moments. Blink and you'll miss them. But overall, it feels like the studio said, let's just wing it and hope the Sims like it. The premise is basically the female lead gets a kick out of confessing our feelings out loud, but in Russian, thinking no one around her understands. But the plot twist is the male lead understands Russian. He knows everything she's saying. And yeah, I gotta admit that part is kinda fresh. You don't see other copy paste rom-coms pulling that card. It's like the show went, let's make a regular rom-com but sprinkle in a foreign language to make it feel deep or unique. And hey, it kinda works. At least for a while. It's just enough to make you think, okay, this ain't entirely mid. This premise had potential for sure. But it's like they dropped the ball right after the opening credits. One of the biggest problems in this anime is the way they force fed us how capable the MC is. Like bro, we get it. He's built different. But instead of naturally showing it, they make it feel like he's the main character in a school full of NPCs. Everyone else is just there to react like, oh my god, he's so smart, he's so cool. Chill, he just showed up on time. On the surface, he's your standard rom-com dude. Watches anime until 1 a.m. in the morning. Somehow still aces everything and pulls off that mysterious introvert vibe. But I won't lie, the MC isn't all that bad. Even with all the issues around him, is actually kinda likable. You probably won't get bored watching him. He's got a few moments of decent character development and some traits that actually make sense for once. So yeah, he does carry some of the show on his back. But then, the student council arc shows up like an unskippable ad. And that's when things really start falling apart. The whole vibe shifts, logic gets thrown out of the window, and it feels like they tried to be deep and dramatic but forgot to actually write a good story. Let's actually talk about the student council for a moment. Because honestly, the way these students act, you would think they are running for prime minister, not student president. Every episode, the student council is out here plotting, scheming, and forming alliances like it's the next season of House of Cards. You got campaign speeches with more drama than a Twitter cancellation, and backroom deals that would make real politicians sweat. This arc tries so hard to be intense and dramatic, but ends up feeling like a weird power fantasy where every council member is either a supporting character or a walking cliché. You got the edgy guy with glasses who's the current student council president. No matter what happens, his whole purpose seems to be hyping up the MC and constantly trying to recruit him into the council. And of course, our MC keeps refusing again and again, but that doesn't stop him from showing up like an over-enthusiastic salesman every time. And then there are other student council members, somehow even edgier than the president himself. Like they are trying so hard to be intimidating or mysterious, it actually makes the president look chill in comparison. The whole student council arc just feels fake or forced. Every scene is written so conveniently around the council, it's like the plot is bending over backwards just to make them seem important. And instead of pulling you in, it ends up doing the opposite. You slowly start zoning out, wondering when it will finally be over. It's like the writers watched Kaguya-sama once and said, yeah, we can do that. Spoiler alert, they can't. They throw in serious challenges, political drama, and tense moments, but none of it hits. Instead of being impressed, you're sitting there like, bro, why are we doing all this over a high school committee? The worst part? It drags. Really hard. The entire arc feels like a never-ending filler episode pretending to be important. The anime suddenly shifts from light-hearted rom-com vibes to some intense political drama, all for a high school student council election. Like bro, calm down, this ain't the presidential race. It's literally just the kids deciding who gets to hold the mic at the next school festival. And yet, the show acts like the fate of the entire nation depends on it. The tone shifts so wild, it feels like you accidentally switched to a different anime halfway through. But you know what? I still kept watching. Why? Because of the romance between Alya and Koze. Honestly, it's not that bad. In fact, for me, it's the one thing that actually makes the show worth sitting through. Compared to all the issues, the mix of romance, Russian whispers, and that awkward, slow burn chemistry between the two, it's kind of feel good and pretty enjoyable to watch. The way Alya acts cold and sassy in public but turns into a total sweetheart when speaking Russian to Kuze, that dynamic angle carries the entire anime. It's soft, it's sweet, It's like, I hate you but also love you in a language you don't understand. That kind of energy. And it works. Alya, hands down, is probably the best written character in the whole series. She has depth. Her backstory shows that she has always been hardworking but struggled to rely on others. That's why she prefers doing everything on her own, not because she's bossy, but because she's been let down before. On the flip side, Kuze's strength is teamwork. He knows how to bring people together and actually get things done. That moment in episode 1, when he shows up instead of backing out, that's when Alya first notices him. He breaks her belief that no one will ever help me. That's when their relationship truly starts to mean something. That connection, that emotional shift. That's the part that felt real. And even with all its flaws, that's the reason I didn't drop this anime halfway through. In conclusion, if you got time to waste and just want to watch a slightly edgy 12 episode rom-com with a main female lead and somewhat interesting love angle, then this anime might be for you.